with it to make it faster, but I'm gonna make another circle here. And then just move it on top. If it's not big enough, hit Control T and it moves into a free transform mode. And alright, now I'll go rasterize type, or rasterize layer, sorry. And as you can see, this is the difference we just did. It used to look like this, and now it looks like that. It looks a lot different, and it looks more metally if you can see it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically do the same thing. I'm gonna start with the burn first. So we're just gonna burn the end down here. Let's do the shadow, and go back to our dodge tool. Start off with a higher dodge. Okay, and then we keep making it smaller. And if you know which one is the bottom and which one is the top, you don't need to keep making them. It's not going to be a huge highlight on the bottom. But I'm not exactly sure which one is the bottom. I believe this one that I'm doing right now is the bottom, so I'm not going to do too much highlight on it, but I have to at least a little bit just to make sure. Alright, now we're going to add in some noise again. Add noise. I usually use Gaussian and monochromatic. I'm not really sure what they mean, but that's what I usually use. And then we're going to go to our blur tool, blur some of our highlights out, maybe a little bit of our shadows, and back to our dodge tool. And we're going to make some scratches again. Alright, now we are going to render some clouds around this. And what that means is we are going to make it look really like a metal texture. So we're going to Control Shift N, and you can rename it if you want. I'm not going to. I would though if I was going to keep editing this. Then I know what I'm sorry. Then I know what I'm selecting in the layer. And so I am going to go to down here first. You have to make sure your colors are one's lighter and one's darker, like that. And then I'm going to go Filter, Render, Clouds. And it brings up this cloudy sort of metal texture. And I'm just going to drag it down so I can see the other shapes. And then I'm going to go and fill and turn down the fill. So now what I can do is I can actually erase the parts that I don't need. So I'm going to bring up the size of my eraser. And I can just erase most of this stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going around like this, really, so I can get all of it erased. And if you look over here, you can see some of the dots that I haven't gotten yet, so I just went under there to fix some of those dots I haven't gotten. And I'm going to keep erasing. And now I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can get nice and close. But you want to make sure there's no UV showing. Like over here, there's a little bit of UV showing, which I probably should fix, but it's just a tutorial, so I'm not going to. So I'm just shifting across here. Alright. We gotta leave this for about 18 million stuff going on every couple minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna keep doing that here. Okay, now when you put the fill all the way back, you're gonna see some hard edges that I've made. Actually, no, it's not that bad. Actually, no, it's not that bad. Alright. So now as you can see, we have a cloudy sort of base texture here. I'm actually going to go image adjustments and go brightness contrast, and I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. Yeah, okay. And now I'm going to go to my dodge, and this is where you want to make sure you're pretty good at this. So 137, I'm going to go to one side. Now I'm going to shift across, which is, it makes it a straight line across from point A to point B. Yeah. Next I'm going to go and make it smaller and keep doing that same process that we've already done. But I already. And just keep going across and making your area that you go across smaller and smaller each time. And we're just going to keep doing this. And we're going to keep making your area a little bit smaller and smaller each time. And now we have a nice highlight on that side. And now we're going to go to our burn tool and start burning in some shadows. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to add in some noise. Filter, noise, add noise. Oh, good. And now just add in some scratches. You don't have to be in highlights, you can go midtones for that, but I like to use highlights for it, so. Alright, now we can save this as a BMP, so it's no file, save as. And I'm going to overwrite our old BMP that we saved. Where is it? BMP. And I'm going to overwrite that one. Save. Save. And then we're going to do the bump mapping again, which you need Photoshop for, but don't worry about it. If you don't have Photoshop, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it's better if you actually have it. So we're going to right click and say merge visible. And so now it's just one layer. And then we're going to go to filter, NVIDIA tools, normal map filter. And now as you can see, we have in this preview, the lighter parts are actually engraved, and the darker parts are raised. So we can put up our scale. Let's say I have a 15 scale. You can see how bumpy it is. If I have a 1 scale, you can see it basically goes away. I haven't played around with this a lot, so I'm just gonna go with 5 and see how bumpy that is. And hit OK. Alright, that looks pretty good. So we're gonna hit File, Save As, and save it as a BMP, and overwrite the pipe underscore bump. Alright, so that's it for Photoshop, and VTF Edit now. We are going to go import our pipe, okay, file, save as, and overwrite our pipe VTF here. Yes, you want to replace it. File, import, or pipe underscore bump, okay, file, save as, and overwrite the pipe underscore bump. Yeah. Alright, and because we already made the BMT in the other tutorial, you don't need to watch this. You don't need to do that again. It's just a BMT, you just hit File, New, and then you type in these codes here. And it's just